Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Pockets of Hope podcast. I am your host, Molina June Pierre, in the his house. Happy New Year. We're still feeling excited and happy to be in this beautiful new year, and we're hoping for wonderful things. I'm happy always to be recording, and I'm still praying about, like, direction on what to say. I'm always thinking about what to say when I come on the podcast, because in 1 week I I could go through so many, emotions and so many thoughts. I get inspired by so many things, and the different things that happen in my own life, as a wife, a mother, just as a woman, as a person that's dealing with people on a day-to-day basis. It pulls a lot out of me. And I'm always just thinking, as it relates to God, like, what is God trying to show me in this situation? Am I overreacting? What's happening here? What part of me needs to be growing up? What part of me needs to change? Because I feel like life in general, there's always a lesson. We're always being taught something, or need to put something that we've learned into practice, because that's just life. Every day we always have to look at ourselves. That's me, at least. I'm always looking at myself. What is it that I need to learn in this situation? And so, even as this is just a new year, and for some of us, we have the privilege of being able to start things fresh and new. You know, Sometimes people don't look at new starts as privileges, but I've learned that the start of starting over really is a privilege. Starting over in anything in life, it could be starting a new job, it could be moving to a new place, it could be starting over in relationships, whatever it is. Getting a new start at life is always a privilege, and it can be scary and it can be daunting, but the new start can also give you room to do something that you hadn't done previously. Those what ifs in life, those new opportunities give you a chance to explore the what ifs that comes, that you often think about, or I should have, I could have, shoulda, woulda, coulda. New opportunities grant you the privilege to do one of those things that you said, I should have done XYZ. So embrace new starts. I know I, for one, am a person that had the opportunity to start over in life, in the middle of life. And starting over can happen due to tragedy. It can happen because of something bad, but you could turn it around. You could look at it from different lenses. You can look at it optimistically and positively, and said, okay, I get an opportunity to do this thing. And so I can do it. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to put my best foot forward. I'm going to trust God. I'm going to listen to God this go around. And for me, that came about, in the middle of the year, September 2019. That's that story of my life that, I get to share about. I wrote about it, in my book. And, it was scary starting new in the middle of all of the things that we had going on, when my family and I would have moved from Abaco, and come to the U.S. after Hurricane Dorian. the mindset, like how did we, um, catch our flow or assimilate so quickly into a new community. It started with our mindset. It started with me saying, you know what, I'm going to give this a chance. Sure, this is a tragic situation that happened, but this is also um, almost like a blank slate. It's not a complete blank slate, but it's an opportunity to start fresh and to create a new life and to let God orchestrate my life. It's an opportunity for me to trust God in this uncertain circumstance. I didn't know, where I was going. I didn't know what was going to happen. But this is an opportunity for me to trust God and see what he does with my life. Because as adults, as families, as people in general, sometimes we just have our routines. We are set. You go to work, you go to church, you go wherever, you live in your community, and that's fine, and you have your schedule. So, but also you have your struggles too, and you have those struggles, you have those tragedies in your life, the daily ones, your daily struggles that you've normalized as, oh, this is just my life. And for me, one of those things was just financial insecurity. It was like, okay, we struggling to pay these bills. That's our life. This is our norm. So every month we got used to, okay, we're just gonna make enough to cover the bills, and that's fine, and don't have nothing left over, because that's normal. That's what we're used to, and that was not a good thing to have, and so I wanted I remember my thought process was, you know what? This is like my exodus in a sense. I'm in this wilderness of uncertainty, but I'm not going to be like the Israelites. I'm not going to keep wondering, you know, and keep hoping for my past. Like, you know, sure, it was sure, this is what I knew. I know that, okay, if I don't have a certain amount of money, I could call on, this person, I could call on that person, and they had my back. They spotted me, they helped us out. But now I'm in this new place, and I'm headed somewhere, and I don't have someone I can call on, but I'm going to keep my eyes on God. I'm going to trust God to bring to me whatever it is that I need to help me, financially, to provide for me. I'm not going to be like, man, I should have been, back in Abaco, because someone would have helped me if I just went back. And so I never dwelled on, I'm just going to go back, and it because it wouldn't be the same. It would not be the same. We left, in a traumatic situation, tragedy, and it would not be the same for us. And so, just because I had memories of what life was like, the good and the bad, you know, I had to know that I can trust God for the new that He was about to bring me into. And I'm really grateful that I trusted God in that transitional period. And even now, it makes it easier for me to trust Him now and moving forward for every other step of my life. I know that when one door closes, when I experience rejection, when something comes to an end, I lose a job, or I lose whatever opportunity. When something comes to an end, I just know that I can step into the new opportunity, the new year, the new job, the new whatever it is that's new. I can step into it with so much hope, even when it's uncertain what the outcome is going to be. I can step into it with a lot of hope, knowing that God has my back. God has, He has my life in His hands, and He will make the best decision for me. He will lead me. He will protect me, and everything is going to be okay. And so that's my pocket of hope for you today, that you would trust God with your new opportunities, and don't look back with regret. Don't look back and saying, man, I wish I was back in this time, I was back in this place, it was better there. Because what you do when you do that is you make a 40-day journey into a 40-year one. You create a cycle, and you set yourself up, honestly, for failure and for disconnection from God. And you set yourself up for disappointment. But if you let go and you walk freely, knowing that even though the opportunity is uncertain, what is certain is God's ability to keep you, God's ability to lead you, direct you, provide for you, and use you for His glory, and just keep adding more to your life. That is what it's all about. So step into your new with confidence, because God is already there. God bless you. God keep you. Until next time. Bye bye.